This is the tiniest sensor ever made. And this is what happens when you stick it on your laptop. I've shown you guys this before, but this is an 8 sleep tracker. It looks like a fancy sticker, and you just put it on the back of your laptop near the air vents. Now, why would you do that? Well, now your laptop knows how healthy you are. See, as you move around, tiny changes in air pressure from the fans hitting your skin create these waveforms. Sensor can pick it up, and it can send all of this data to your phone. And with this app, you can see all of your stats laid out in front of you. The craziest thing, though, is that this little sensor can measure your blood oxygen levels, giving you early warning signs for things like sleep apnea. It does this through something called pulse oximetry, which sounds scary, but it's actually super simple. Your blood has a certain amount of oxygen in it. When it hits your capillaries, some of that light gets absorbed, and then the sensor picks up the rest of it and calculates how much was absorbed, giving you a reading on your SpO2 or oxygen saturation. And it's really cool to see this number change as I breathe in and out faster. Now, the FDA has cleared this for sale in the US, but even if you don't have one of these handy, there are plenty of other pulse oximeters out there that work in basically the same way, only they look a little different. Some are little clips that go on your finger, and others are big clunky devices that go on your forehead. Some of them even look like fancy Band-Aids. The ones you put on right before bed, they look like they belong there. And all of these devices have their own pros and cons. This one, for example, is really good at giving you a reading almost instantly. But the trade-off is that it needs a fairly strong light source, hence why it needs to be on your finger where there's not too much ambient light. These ones, though, can go anywhere. They can go on your finger, on your forehead, on your wrist, because they have their own light source. So that means that you can get a reading even in broad daylight. But the trade-off is that it takes a little longer to get an accurate reading. Oh, and also that they need to be plugged in or charged. There's a lot more to using a pulse oximeter than just clipping it on your finger and getting an instant SpO2 reading. Sure, you can do that. But for the most accurate readings, you should follow these tips. First, make sure that the device is the right size for you. Like this one's a bit too big for my finger, so I'm going to get a more accurate reading on my wrist. Second, make sure that your device is working properly. There's usually a little light on the front that will tell you whether it's ready or not. Third, try not to move while you're getting your reading. Easier said than done. Fourth, get as much ambient light as possible. And finally, make sure that you're not holding your breath. I know I've definitely done that before. Now, even though I can't show you guys my SpO2 numbers, what I can show you is my heart rate, which is currently 93 beats per minute, which is kind of high. And that's because I'm very, very excited right now. Because this episode is brought to you by Masterworks. Yes, the easiest way to invest in fine art. It takes just a few minutes to sign up. And once you are in, you can start investing in some of the greatest artists of our time. And here's the best part. While other investments are correlated with the market, art prices tend to move independently, making it a great addition to any portfolio. In fact, since 1995, contemporary art prices have outpaced the S&P 500 by 164%. Thank you guys for watching. As always, stay happy and healthy.